What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and let's prepare ourselves for Zephyr coming out soon on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. First thing I want to say, calm down, Zephyr's not that bad. He actually is supposed to be one of these super early raid bosses. He's only a 40 stamina raid, it's a 30-40 stamina raid. He's got 3.5 million health, which is like a Coliseum fight. It's not that bad. There are Doflamingo, Enel, all those guys are much harder than Zephyr. But we're going to be showing you a lot of guys to help you out anyways. One thing I want to remind you guys once again that GameWith is an excellent guide. I love their stuff. It is all in Japanese, so you are going to have to use Google Translate to see what they say. But excellent resources. You can also go onto Reddit/r/OnePieceTC. That has some great guides on there too, and those are actually written in English. Oh my goodness. But this is great. They've got notes on what characters that work great. The guide is a little old, or a lot of teams are a little old because they were written from a long time ago, but those teams still work out just fine. So what we have to worry about is on stage 3, we're going to have Ein. Ein is the mini-boss. If you're doing the 40 stamina version of Zephyr, it's a guaranteed drop rate on Ein, just like guaranteed drops on Zephyr. 30 stamina has Ein dropping about 40% of the time, just like Zephyr is about a 40% drop. Anyways, Ein will preemptively lock your middle characters for 3 turns. For a lot of these teams, you can do them without anti-lock just fine, because Zephyr existed before anti-lock existed. So a lot of this was designed before, well, assuming that you just have 0 turns of anti-bind. So she's going to preemptively lock your middle row for 3 turns. If you're using a double gear 3 team, this might get a little bit shaky here, but double gear 3 team, you should be able to kill her and whoever else is going to attack you before they attack you. Just kill one of the characters and then kill her on turn 2. On turn 3, she'll once again bind characters, but she'll bind 3 other characters, and she'll heal every other turn. She'll attack for 3,500 and heal for every other turn too. And then we're going to have stage 4, that's just a high defense turn, and then Zephyr. Zephyr has 3.5 million health. He attacks you for 16,000 damage every 3 turns. And if you get him below 20%, he'll attack you for 36,000 damage every 3 turns. But that does mean you have 3 turns in between attacks, which gives you lots of time to try to kill him. If you bring someone like Mirage Temple Nami or Kimono Nami, completely negate his first attack, that gives you 6 turns to kill him before he does anything bad to you, really. Turn 1, he'll preemptively prevent debuffs for 1 turn. Then on turn 2, he'll prevent debuffs for 2 turns and lock your bottom 2 characters for 2 turns. If you don't have anti-bind, you can bring someone like Helmeppo to remove your binds here, or you can save them for turn 4, because on turn 3, after he attacks, he will once again bind 1 random character for 4 turns, and will also prevent debuffs for 4 turns. So if you're using Golden Pound Usopp, you're going to need to use Golden Pound Usopp before you get to Zephyr, and whenever you get to Zephyr, you can't debuff him for 7 turns total. 3 turns before he attacks, and then 4 turns after he attacks. After that, he'll just continue to attack you for 16,000 damage every 3 turns, and once he gets below 20%, he'll attack you for 36,000 damage every 3 turns. And then GameWith here has a lot of teams that you can try out, but we're just going to go over a couple of them right here in the damage calculator to show you guys what they do. The first team we're going to be looking at is going to be Zephyr with double Garp. Now this is a very, very slow team, but it's a pretty safe team. The idea of the double Garp team is that you are going to have a lot of health, 37,000 health. You can swap out Kobe for a Marco. If you do that, you basically have ages to kill him. But the plan is to use Mirage Temple Nami or Alvida on turn 1 attack, and then use Mirage Temple Nami or Alvida, the other one on the turn. You use one of them on the turn 3 attack, you use another one on the turn 6 attack, and then you use Golden Pound Usopp after that, and by the time he's going to attack you for that 3rd time, you've got Alvida and Mirage Temple Nami up again, so you can stall his attacks again and again and again. You basically almost never take a full attack from Zephyr, and even if you do, you got 37,000 hit points. You can take 2 attacks from him and still be okay. And you got a Marco, heal yourself back up to full, take more attacks, and you can even take an attack under 20%. This team has it's got so much bulk to it that you can just take attacks from Zephyr all day. But it's a very slow team, but it's a pretty safe team, just really slow. Team 2 for Zephyr is gonna be Shanks Captain and a Garp Captain. Let's say you just don't have a good side captain yourself, but you want a team that goes a little bit faster. We're still gonna use a Mirage Temple Nami because Shanks likes being at high health, so we're gonna use Mirage Temple Nami to completely negate that first attack. Since we're using her to negate the first attack, if you don't have anti-bind, you want to put her in the middle row, so that way she can prevent damage while you're still being binded. Besides that, Impact Out Usopp and Bon Clay and Kobe and Garp gives you fully matching orbs guaranteed and boosts your damage by 2 times and 1.5 times. Let's show you all the matching orbs, and you got Impact Out Usopp and you got Kobe on a nice almost 2 million damage. If you've got a little bit of cotton candy in your Shanks, that can push you up to 2 million. But that's gonna be a little more than half of Zephyr's damage. Other than that, you deal about 400,000 damage per turn. Shanks, remember, boosts your chance of getting Psy Orbs. So you got a pretty good chance of getting Psy Orbs. It's about 500 damage every turn. You can kill that Zephyr without too much trouble. Just make sure you got your orbs all together whenever you do your big burst turn. Turn 3, Team 3 we're gonna look at is the Manga Sengoku team. Manga from Buster Call, you don't even need to have it special, but that would be nice. And we're gonna have a friend Sengoku. Remember that, and we're T-Bone, very good because he is a cerebral character. One thing to note is that T-Bone can be used to save yourself from Zephyr if you have over 8,000 hit points. If you have over 8,000 hit points, Zephyr's 16,000 damage attack will only attack you for 1,600, and T-Bone's 80% health reduction will leave you with enough health to survive. So 8,000 damage, that's the magic number if you're using T-Bone on any team at all. Nolan is not only a cerebral character, but he's also a orb booster, so if you get some matching orbs on here, you can lock them with your Domino. Remember that Domino also reduces bind by 1 turn. So if you only have 1 turn of anti-lock, you can put her in the middle row, use her, remove your binds from your bottom character, and then attack again and have your orbs locked. So lock those orbs down, use that Momonga or Sengoku, and use that Nolan, and you can do a lot of damage in a single turn. And next turn, you still have your Nolan on. Turn off Momonga because he's gonna be done, and then use your Sengoku for that second turn since you've locked down your orbs with Domino. Pretty sweet team. You can even kill him before you have to use Mirage Temple Nami. After that, we're gonna have Team 4, a double Mihawk team. Now this is going to be a double Mihawk team, assuming that you're doing so well in One Piece Treasure Cruise, you already have Doflamingo, in which case this is gonna be an absolute breeze. Just some more strong side slashes. Momonga, once again, super great. T-Bone, we're going to use him again just because not only does he work great with Momonga, but also damage reduction to save yourself from an attack. I'm still using the 1,000 Sunny here, so remember our health can go up. But Doflamingo and Momonga boost lots of damage. That will kill Zephyr because you've got double Mihawk cuts. Remember that I'm also going to be using Shanks here, because Shanks does boost the attack of side characters, but it does not work with Momonga. So after Momonga special goes away, then use Shanks for a little bit of extra damage on your side characters. Not the most, but 30% for 2 turns is still a decent amount. Better to use someone like Koza, or even better 3-day 2-year Zoro. Put 3-day 2-year Zoro here and you'll just dominate. You can feel free to use an Int Mihawk. That's up to you. If you want to try to percent health cut and then attack him, or do a burst and then use Int Mihawk to help finish it off. But what if you don't have Doflamingo? This is a different version of the double Mihawk team without Doflamingo. Double Mihawk, we're still going to use Momonga because he's still super good. T-Bone is easy to get, so we're going to assume that you have at least T-Bone. But without Doflamingo, we're going to bring Helmeppo to remove the bind either on turn 2 or on turn 3 after he attacks, and he's going to bind 1 character for 4 turns. If he binds your Helmeppo, however, this team will probably die. So remember that you can randomize who Zephyr binds, but you have to do it before his attack turn ends. So when Zephyr randomly binds someone, if you're on the ball and you see it, try to bind Helmeppo, exit out of the game, come back in, and you can move that bind around somewhere else. If you want to see more about how that's done, you can see my RNG manipulation video over One Piece Treasure Cruise. Go more in depth over that in a different video. And then we have, my goodness. Yes, we're going to talk about a Vivi Lagoon team. Oh my gosh. What is Vivi Lagoon team? A lot of people haven't even seen a Vivi Lagoon team before. So this is a zombie team. This is the quintessential zombie team, the very first zombie team that so many people used to fight raid bosses back in the day. And the way it works is that Lagoon's captain ability prevents you from dying as long as you have more than half health. And Vivi will heal based on how much recovery she has at the end of each turn. And as long as you're only going to take one attack at a time, if you have more than half health, you will not die. And since Zephyr only attacks every 3 turns, as long as you heal more than half your health in 3 turns, you will never die once you make it to Zephyr. The weakness of this team is, however, you'll probably die on turn 1. Turn 1 of Zephyr is super dangerous against this team because you have no damage. You've got 0 damage. All your damage is going to be coming from characters with % health cuts. For example, Hotchan that has a 8% health cut, Duval that's got a 20, and Mihawk who's got a 30% health cut. You want to use characters with low levels because they have lower health, but with this team, honestly, you're probably gonna die on stage 1. So if you can get past stage 1, you're golden. That's what we're bringing Golden Pound Usopp for. Kill everyone in stage 1 except for one character. Wait until Golden Pound Usopp special is ready and use Golden Pound Usopp special to buy you time to kill characters on stage 2, 3, and 4, including Ein, especially Ein. Make sure you use Golden Pound Usopp on Ein or else you'll die. Very, very important. But it's not a good team. It's a very, very old team. This is my first team. You probably won't have Duval. You probably won't have Mihawk. But Vivi Lagoon does work. It's just very bad. You can bring anybody here. Anyone instead of these characters. Just anyone with % health cut is nice because that saves you a lot of time. We have Bartolomeo because I just felt like including a Bartolomeo team on here. We are going to have rare recruit characters because Bartolomeo just doesn't work that well without rare recruit characters. You can bring Don Chinjiao in here instead of someone like Squardo, but Squardo, you get your matching orbs, you lock him, you get Aokiji, does ton of damage. Rakuyo also nice because he gives you a matching side orb. At this point, if you can make yourself a team with Aokiji on it and actually use Aokiji special, I'm assuming you know what to do. I just wanted to show off because it's a fun team to think about every once in a while. And the last one we're going to go over is the Gear 3 team. Double Gear 3, you got Garp on there to give yourself side orbs, Impact out Usopp to boost your damage, and Momonga just because he's a strong side character. You don't even need to use Momonga, use anybody else here. Doflamingo orb, boost it, Impact out Usopp, easily kills Zephyr in a single turn. Anyways, guys, those are 8 teams you can try yourself. There are many, many more teams out there. Lots of teams. Zephyr is not that hard of a fight. He's a very, very old fight for a very, very differently designed fight. If you have at least level 2 of anti-bind, you can easily kill Zephyr before he even attacks you. Guys, I'm Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can go to patreon.com/Zeenigami and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.